Hello and welcome to today's Arena Kings. I'm Woman Grandmaster Dina Belenka and today I'll be your host. This Arena Kings is a very special one, not like the usual one. Today we play Fischer Random. Games haven't been started yet, and let me introduce you the format of today's event. We'll be playing a usual 3+0 arena. 120 minutes open to everyone. On total, this season of this 6th edition consists of 24 arenas and lasts over 12 weeks. In each season, there will be 4 Royal Arena Kings, as you might have seen, and the prizes in those are more than doubled. There will be 4 Arena Kings events featuring Fischer Random like today as a variant. Players must stream the entire event to earn prizes. Now let us dive into the schedule. Here we can see the schedule for the February, and today is the 2nd edition of the month. Every Monday we play at 5 p.m. PST and Friday at 12 p.m. PST. Well, it's true that on Monday, this is not EU-friendly, so we mostly see American coast. But on Friday, like today, we can see many strong grandmasters and your favorite streamers from Europe as well. As you can see today, we play Fischer Random. Today is February the 5th. Now let me show you the prizes. In total, we have 20 events with $700 per event. The prize fund, and today 700, and in total 1,400. Okay, the games have already started, I believe. Let us see. And I already lost my match. Amazing. Now let us see who is playing today. Okay. Great. So, how about we start with Hikaru's game? Well, if you don't know what Fischer Random is, you'd better use the command 960 in the chat to get more information about this. But basically, it consists of a pretty random order of pieces, and you are free to improvise where to put the pieces. So it will be hard to recognize some of your favorite openings, but I'm pretty sure that 10 or 15 moves after the game starts, we'll see something pretty similar to our eyes. All we can see right now on the game is that Hikaru played h4, and h4 is a very common feature nowadays after Magnus has started playing it. So to be attacking and being positional. Right now the knight on a1 is pretty passive. You know the famous quote, the knight on the rim is dame. So we shall see him very soon jumping into the center. And he already won his game. Amazing. Okay. Who else we can see? Alexander Bortnik is also a fellow streamer. Mostly streams in Russian, I believe. By the way, do not forget to check every streamer's account on Twitch. Most of them are streaming right now, but we will be commentating grandmasters who do not only stream tonight. And yes, all the players get the same position. Both opponents get the same position, but not all the players. That's why we can see different setups from the early beginning. In this Fischer Random, we can always castle, either short or long. The only rule is that the king goes to the place where it should be, like in usual castle, and the rook stands just after him. And you need to pay attention to the fact that your rook, neither of your rooks have been moved before. Knight c3 has been played by Grandmaster Alexander Bortnik. And I guess white is having a slight advantage here thanks to this h6 pawn, because black king is pretty weak. Indeed. We shall see something like knight d5, soon to be, and probably d4 taking the center. Okay, g5 is a serious weakness. We can see this f5 square quite weak, and I assume some of the pieces might soon get there. Oh wow, what a beautiful sacrifice. Rook takes b7, rook takes and bishop e4, preparing queen c2 and attacking h7. Checkmate. Wow, amazing. And we do not see, well, there is still knight g6 indeed. Now knight e5 and king e2. Alexander Bortnik has already won many tournaments online, including streamers arena in Russian, in Chess.com RU. So he's a very strong player and since the format goes for tonight 3+0, we will see a lot of flagging, and I'm pretty sure Alexander Bortnik will be the one who will make a lot of pain to his opponents. Now let me have a look how the chat is doing. Feel free to ask me any questions you might have. Also, do not forget to use the commands featuring my own name. If you want to get to know me better, I'm streaming as well on my channel, Dina Belinkaya. And yes, if you have any questions regarding the formats, you can use the command chess960. Right. Okay, so we didn't have any checkmate here in this game, but that's not a problem here. We see an amazing domination of the exchange of the knight over the rook, since white is exchanged down. Let us have a look how Alexander will either outplay or flag his opponent. I'm pretty sure it will be the second. Most likely, he has won c4 pawn, but he had to lose the d2, so that was a pretty much exchange. Okay, knight d6, amazing. He won this pawn. Now the d pawn will soon go to queen. I pay your attention to the fact that he has just won the rook. Wow, amazing. He just won his rook. Pretty nice. Okay, and he won. Let us dive into someone else's game. I am Rosen. Eric Rosen is playing his game, and we can see a typical forcing endgame where the result is supposed to be a draw and one another wants to flag himself. We don't know exactly who is playing for win, since both of the players are... Okay, draw. Right. Correct. Both of the players refuse to exchange the queens. Now let us take someone else. Okay, GM has. Let us look at... Wow, GM has is playing versus Hikaru. Amazing. That is a very interesting game. And Robert has is down on time for so much, and also down 2 pawns. So it's totally lost for him, I assume. And here we go. Hikaru has just won his game. Amazing. Let us continue. We'll mostly feature grandmasters and streamers, but also have a look at the leaders of the board. Okay. Fandarine. Let us have a look. Fandarine is a grandmaster from Russia, Maxim Chigaev, who is also a streamer. And now he's playing versus Uncover Opportunities 2727 from Kazakhstan, untitled opponent, but I assume pretty strong. We have finally a pretty calm position. And white managed to castle, which is very solid from one hand and pretty frightening from another, because we can see that this g5 and h4 pawns are about to smash white's king. Do you like to play Fischer random, Dina? I like to play a lot Fischer random. Yes, that is there's a very nice format where you can forget all the opening preparation that you never knew or were supposed to know and always used to forget. So yeah, this is a nice way of getting out of your comfort zone and starting something new and creating. Many grandmasters say that Fischer random might become the future of chess. We will see. Time will show. So now f7 pawn is hanging, and none of them is taking care of that. Okay, now he heard me. He took the pawn. That's good. And queen is strangely placed in this black's camp, I should say. Now, yeah, it looks like she will be frightened soon. Or cooked. Baked. The queen is baked. Good. Good to hear. And I assume white will resign soon. Indeed. And he's thinking. Okay, he's trying to understand what is the best way to sacrifice this queen. Even though the only thing he can do is to take the bishop. But that's definitely not enough. Queen h6, bishop g7. And now, yes, the queen has to be sacrificed in exchange of her piece. It's not enough at all. So I assume white will resign soon. Yep. In order to play in a tournament, you need to have a minimum plays in minimum games on your accounts. But I hope that you will have an opportunity to do that in the next Arena King, which will take place on Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific. That will be the normal one. Oh, no, wait. That will be a Fischer random again. Yes. Let us check the schedule. We have it here. Let us have a look. Yes, the next Fischer random is in basically 3 days already. This Monday we'll have Fischer random as well at 5 p.m. Pacific. Right. Hope that would help you. Now let us get back to our games, and as I told you, Grandmaster Maxim Chigaev has managed to outplay his opponents. Okay, who is our next victim here in the list? Yevgeny T. Yevgeny Tomashevsky, also very strong grandmaster from Russia. And he's playing with white. He has just castled, by the way. For those of you who are wondering, how do we castle in Fischer random? Basically, we make sure that our king and our rook stand on the same position as they are supposed to go when castling normally. And you need to be sure that neither your rook nor your king haven't moved yet. And now white attacks the center. This is pretty good. We can see a couple of stupid bishops over here. Bishop on h1 and bishop on h8. They're feeling some pain, but do not worry. Help could come soon and they might be activated soon. Those of you who are asking what is Chess 960, please go check that command Chess 960 in order to get more information about the variant of chess we're playing today. And just to sum up in a couple of words, Fischer random is a variant of chess where you put randomly all your pieces. What the pairings the program puts you randomly all the pieces, and you have to start from the setup that you've never seen before, and it goes only to the pieces and the king, not to the pawns. Rook e3, a very nice maneuver to bring the rook here to the queen side in order to attack the king. Very nice one. And I assume white has a decisive advantage. But we already learned many years ago that when you play online 3+0 or even offline 3+0, it's all about flagging. Knight is attacked, and I pay your attention to the fact that white has put, just after white put his rook here on b3, black answered with an active defense, pushing the pawn, that thing that is not normally, and is not that common when we defend. We're usually told not to move your pawns that protect your king, and here is quite the opposite. But look how strong these pawns are right now, and the king is going to save himself. He doesn't need any help basically here. Active defenses are better. Yeah, some people say never defend in blitz, only attack. Maybe our captain Casanova, our international master, is using this technique. And h4 is a right plan in order to try to open the king side. You know that basic principle of chess, when you are having advantage on one wing and that's not enough in order to win, go ahead and create a second weakness. That is the way to win the game. Okay, so now we are having a very decisive strategical advantage here with white, because the bishop on e6 is not a bishop anymore, but a pawn. With all my respect to this bishop, it is a pawn, and I guess it's only a question of time to see how white will convert his advantage. And as I told you, we are expecting some infiltration by the H file. And some flagging as well. Yep. So for now, everything is defended. Oh, okay, yeah. Rook takes c8, and either will win the c6 pawn or the d5 pawn, because either will take bishop takes, yeah, depending on what he will capture. And he doesn't see that fast. Okay, bishop c f7, yes, amazing. We'll take the pawn, will be 2 pawns up, and it's definitely winning. In 960, you really don't have opening to reply on. You just have your own analysis to go on. Well, yes and no. It's not about analysis. It's more about your level and your approach and your understanding of chess. When I played my first Fischer random tournament, I accidentally won it. And that showed me how exciting it could be to sometimes get out of all that opening preparations and stress and just start creating. All right, Big Fish. You will tell me I commentate only on Russians. I'm so sorry. It's just a coincidence. We are having Vladimir Fedoseev, Grandmaster from Russia, playing with white pieces versus Grandmaster from Poland. And yet one more exchange sacrifice, material disbalance, but seems to be pretty winning for... Oops, mate. It's a mate. It's pretty winning for black. It's a mate. Okay, that's good. Nice. Let us see who would like to be featured next. Let's try to find someone from another country. That would be a nice hinge. Right now, we can see 795 players competing in Fischer Random. And what about we'll look at the board of the leaders? Okay, let us get this player. Storm 2709, 1175 rated, playing versus Atips, and we do see both players already having castled. You see, no participant of Fischer Random has any problem with castling. So all seems more and more fine here. Well, the bishop on b8 is a little bit weird. Yeah, one thing that I didn't mention to you, a very, very important rule for Fischer Random, when you set up those pieces, you move them randomly, yeah? But there is one thing that you need to respect, it's the bishops. You always have only one bishop of light squares and only one for black squares. Yeah, we cannot put both bishops on the same color. Oh wow, nice trick. Now we have a discovery attack and we win the piece. Amazing. Okay, or we are getting the piece back. Yeah, we're getting the piece back. That's it, now everything is equal in this game, and it's a check. Oh, rook d2, what a pity. Knight d2 would be better. Now we are quality exchange or exchange down, but that's not anything we should worry about. In any case, when you're playing chess, you do not regret about your mistakes. You just continue to fight until the very end, and that's what they are doing. That's what they are doing right now. Won the exchange back. Indeed. And he won the exchange back. Oh, okay, there is a threat. Knight e7 checkmate. Let us see, will black react on that? Will black see that? Let us see if black will understand that threat. Uh-oh, knight e7 checkmate. No! Knight e7 checkmate! Oh, come on, that was an easy one. Oh, that's a pity, that's a pity. Ah, frustrating. Okay. It's still 3 plus 0, so time advantage is as much important as material advantage. So we shall see some flagging from the part of white here, I assume. Yes, the epic en passant mate, that was an amazing one. And as I told you, we see some torturing, some time torturing here as well. Okay, rook b3, knight a5. We expect with a soon to be, no, be careful. There is not such a a4, amazing pawn break, preparing to activate the rook on the a file, and this is it. We shall see. Well, just be careful not to blunder your queen, please. Be careful not to blunder your queen. I guess one more pawn would be needed. c4 and c5 sounds like amazing. And look at the queen. What is she doing there in the bathroom? We're not sure. She's having a lot of fun there alone. I guess this is the reason for all the troubles black has been in recently. Pawn takes pawn, and yeah, pawn cannot take. Knight takes c4 would be a pleasant surprise, and we shall expect checkmate pretty soon. Something like rook a5, queen c5, or rook c5 would be enough. Yeah, amazing. Amazing. Okay. Now let us have a look on someone we haven't yet seen in the field. These are the standings. Yes, and I shall remind you that in this arena the rules are very special for getting the point. When you win your game, you get 2 points, and if you win your Second game, so to be 2 games in a row, you get 3 points. And then if you win 3 games in a row and more, you get 4 points in advance. So that's how people can raise their numbers, raise their score. Let us find some favorite streamers on ours who we could comment the games on. As I told you, well, when I told you, it was 700 players tournament. Now we have 876 participants already in this Friday, 1st February Friday Arena Kings Fischer Random Week 4. So far so good. It's been a month already that we are competing in Arena Kings Season 6, and let me remind you that it all started on January 11th and it lasts until the 2nd of April 2021 and features a total prize fund of $20,000. Okay, who shall we pick up next? Who will be our candidate? Let us have a look on the game of... They all disappear. Eric Hansen. I saw somewhere Eric Hansen from Chess.com. Let us feature this game playing versus FIDE master Ram Wan Zan. And the game has just started with having both kings already castled. When castling opposite side, you need to remember the golden rule. You need to attack, and you need to attack fast. You cannot wait too long. You need to hurry up. That's what both the players are supposed to do here. And as we like it, mostly, there are still some pieces that are being bored. The bishop on b1 and the rook on a1 aren't feeling any comfortable. What about queen takes e2? I like this move in particular. Is that a blunder? No, that's not. Oh no! It was all prepared! It was all prepared. There is this amazing queen e6 check and rook f6 and queen takes, and we're crushing. We're just crashing. And we're just crashing. Okay. Well, the question is, where's the checkmate? Where is the checkmate? We don't see any checkmate yet. And just to remind you, here we have the timer. We still have 93 minutes left by the arena, and as soon as the time ends, all the games will be stopped. So you need to be careful with that. You need to remember that your last game might not finish on time, and sometimes what players do is that they offer each other a draw, no matter what is the position, because otherwise the result would never count. Okay. Pawn takes, queen takes, and we go with the checkmate. No, not yet. We go with the check. Queen, yeah, okay, resigns. Well, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Let us have a look. Oh, chess queen. We had chess queen here. Let us... Not this game. Not this game in particular. We did have chess queen somewhere here. Okay, let us have a look at this one. CC chess main with white pieces against a tips. And we do see a piece up endgame. Amazing. Well, there is only one pawn versus the piece. I guess it's not enough. It's not a full compensation, but you know how it works. It's all about flagging. It's all about time. So white is better. Be careful here. And now, a very horrible thing has just happened, because never should you ever let your knight protect the other knight. It's the most passive combination that can ever be. But luckily for white, he still has a passed pawn, so he might have some chances to win this game. After all this a5, a6, a7, after all this pain he had to go through. Oh no, knight b6. Okay, that's a flagging question. It's a draw. Oh, no way. It's gonna be a draw. I guess. You're just pre-moving and black will not be able to mate. Will he be able to mate? No, he didn't. Some of the experts would have mated. Some of our dear grandmasters and bullet experts would definitely have enough time to mate here, but yes, it's not an easy thing, indeed. Okay. Who is next? Let us pick up another player here. Well, who we haven't yet featured. Let us see if we can follow some of our participants. Let me type in the chat. Some of our streamers. No, didn't work. Okay. I'm just basically gonna grab someone out of here. And analyze his game. Okay. Someone we haven't yet seen. Let us take this player. Gabit96, Grandmaster from Hungary, is playing versus V Pranav. Ah, is that the Pranav the Grandmaster? He would be titled if he was a Grandmaster. Well, we don't know. That might be him. And here we see that black is totally winning. No, black is totally losing. Black is totally losing because his king is pretty weak. The king is weak, indeed. And there's not such a big thing we could do about it. Perhaps something like rook g6. That wasn't played, was it? Yeah, it was played. He just did it in the same moment that I did. Amazing. That's telepathy. Okay. King c3. Nice. But it's just a check. And the check is not enough. The check is not enough in order to save this game. For now, everything is protected indeed, but it takes only a few seconds to wait to get to Black King. To get to the Black King, we'll triple our pieces on this amazing line. And perhaps the last check, Queen b8, the very last check, Queen b8, could somehow be a hope here. And that's it. Queen b8, Black is thinking, and yet he has resigned. Okay. Next. So this is the leading board. We have so far only a few players competing. Let us go back to our favorite Grandmaster Hikaru. And he's attacking with his central pawns. He's playing versus Grandmaster Tiger v Szlapie. Tiger v Szlapie means a tiger in a hat. Translated from Russian. Okay, so we see a very, very nice space advantage over here. The position of black looks pretty passive, and the rule says that when you're passive, you need to exchange. But the question is how? How would we exchange here? I don't see many ideas. Plus, the bishop will come to d6, and it'll be a very nice almost outpost. The only difference with the normal outpost would be that the outpost is normally on the open file. That would be a very nice place for the bishop, indeed. Yeah, we'll definitely try to have a look at that game just after. We'll definitely try to look at that game. Тигр в шляпе is Kamsky, indeed, bravo. Yes, that was Kamsky, absolutely. You're right, you got it. And black has just resigned because his position was collapsing. Okay. Well, how about we have a look at the game that you have been asking for such a long time. Discover, check, and then mate. That's it. Okay, it is... Well, type the command in the chat. Follow... Reverse. Let us have a look. Remanis. Okay. Remanis. Okay. Right. That game hasn't started yet. Yeah. Now we go. Okay. So, yeah, they're competing in Arena Kings as well. And this is the first time that we see a game starting from the early beginning. Now you will have a look to see how it works with castling and developing and trying to get to the normal position. Here, black tries to get a typical Sicilian and starts with winning a pawn on c4. That's a pretty nice start indeed. Bishop e2, the only move we'll take that, and probably open out the queen. Or we can even castle, and here in order to castle, we'll just put the king on g8 and that's it. If you want to castle long, we'll need to bring the bishop out first. But sometimes it's a very wise decision not to castle at all, at least not at first, and wait for your opponent to come after you before doing anything. g4, a very nice grab attack, which will be stopped by, I guess, defending the b7 pawn. Otherwise, the queen would come here in our camp and cause us some headache. Yep, rook c7 seems pretty solid. Indeed. Now pawn takes f5, rook takes f5. Seems not that interesting for white. He went with knight a5, attacking the b7 pawn. Okay, alright. Let us do something. Our both pawns are attacked. This is basically a double attack. Okay, this is a double attack. And I believe there is no way to defend both of them, so we'll try to go one by one. Knight b6, exactly improving the knight. Now knight takes b7. White will take back the pawn. But it's not solving any of white's problems, because white's main issue is the king. And the king is out. Triple attack, queen also. No, that's not a triple attack, because when we say double attack, we mean that one piece attacks several things. So one knight was attacking only two pawns. And yeah, all the other attacks do not count. Well, they do not castle as well, I guess. And now we witness a queen exchange, which is totally in white's favor. In white's favor, because white has his very weak king on f2 And there is such a pity to see this king here alone. Right now it's an endgame, and in an endgame it's good to have your king developed. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. No pressure. Black is still having an advantage, but even though it's getting down. Okay, g6, very nice. Activating the rook. Why not? Why not? That's a good one. Was rook takes c3 possible? Rook takes c3. What would go after rook takes? Yeah, maybe. If b takes a5. If rook takes b takes a5. Sacrificing the rook? You would sacrifice the exchange? You would sacrifice the rook and win the knight? Is that what you were suggesting? Is that what you meant? Normally that wouldn't be a good one because rook is more important than the knight. Rook is worth 5 pawns and knight only 3. So that wouldn't be a pretty good idea. No, if that could answer your question. Rook a3, exactly. And now if king goes down, it will be pinned. Okay, yeah, in this case it would be possible. In this case it would be possible. Winning the rook, yeah, you're right. Rook h3 would be a nice one. Activating the rook and bringing all the pieces into attack. This position is safe for black. Again, he just needs to be careful with time because he's only 30 seconds and his opponent is 50. So yeah, black needs to be careful here, but the position is winning. The position is totally winning. We just need to push our pawns. Yeah, let us push those pawns. Some of them. Well, not like this because it... Oh no, it's an exchange. It's fine. We need to be careful. I would say knight to d7, but knight d5 is also decent. Yep, knight d5. Okay, we're gearing. We're here. Yeah. Everything's under... It used to be under control. And there is this pawn, and we get the pawn, and we get the pawn. We are almost safe. Knight takes c7, and now we need to find a way how to exchange one of those. One of those. We need to exchange one of those pieces of white. Otherwise, we might lose on time because knight and bishop is enough. A knight and a bishop is enough in order to win a game, to checkmate. And black is down on time. I would say, oh, amazing, amazing. Okay, now everything is safe. Now everything is safe. Now at least we have a draw, and we can try to outplay him. We can even try to flag him. Because as you can see, the corner is of the right color. This corner is black, and the bishop is black squared. So yes, it's a win, it's a win, it's a queen. We got a queen, and we will, and we did. Amazing. Congratulations to International Master Ritvers Rainmanis. I hope you liked that game. Now let us change the subject. Let us go see, do we have some of our streamers? Ladies and gentlemen, do you have some of your favorite streamers playing today that we could see the games of? And just tell me. GM Creeker is competing. May we have a look at his game? I guess he's streaming in... He's not streaming in English, is he? Okay, let us follow GM Creeker. Now we're following him. Good. Let us see. Let us see what does it look like. Chess Queen. Hey, Erf. How are you doing? Happy to see you. Sure. Okay, Grandmaster Creeker is also a very famous streamer. So do not forget to check out his stream as well as mine. Self-promotion time. Sure, why not? We are 2 pawns up. We're 2 pawns up. That's good. That's good to hear. King d8 or king f8. King f8, we need to be careful with rook d8. So king e8 is better. Yes, absolutely. Now, the queen, as I say, is in the bathroom, and we need to get her out of that soon, because the party has already started, and the queen is the only guest that hasn't yet joined our party. So how offensive that could be to the host not to have the main guest of the stream waiting and dreaming instead of joining the event. Okay, the queen is activating herself, and that's a mistake. That's a huge mistake, because right now we'll see a discovered attack. Exactly, discovered attack with the knight. That's it. That's exactly what I meant. And right now the rook is attacked, and the king on e8 is in a very serious trouble. The king is in a very serious trouble. Okay, good to see. So the rook is attacked, but what's happening? Why black is taking so much time? Is he in that serious trouble? I guess he is. He is in trouble indeed. Okay, where would we go? Oh, we're taking the rook. We're taking that rook. We're not afraid to lose everything here. Well, it's a game of chess. It's a game of blitz, and we need to risk. That who doesn't risk do not get it. Queen needs to be out. Oh, that is a dirty move. Oh, that is a dirty combination. Yes, fair enough. We are with the queen up with white versus a knight and a rook, and that's not enough. That's not enough at all. So we need to be careful about that. Well, there is nothing to be careful. It's just losing. Okay, so for white, it's just a question of converting. For white, it's just a question of converting. And now the pawn is ready to go to his promotion square. And we'll soon see some other pawns joining him for this amazing concert. Oh, be careful there. There is this... Uh-oh. We just... Okay. G4 pre-moving would be a good one. Oh, no. Definitely not. Did you see that? That was a dangerous one. Okay, 2 pawns, 2 passed pawns are enough. But the queen is passive. Oh, no. No. Oh, no. Oh, wow. Okay. What a pity. And GM Krikor is playing versus a 2135 rated player. Okay, this will be a draw. Will it? Yeah, this will be a draw. Oh, our favorite neglection and disrespect to your opponent, trying to flag him. Oh, that is a dirty one. No, he saved him. Wow, he saved his soul. He saved his soul. He just made him believe that he would get flagged, and then decided to let him go free. Let us follow Chess Queen, shall we? Alexander Kostyuk is playing tonight as well. For some tonight, and for some today. Okay. That was a nice one. Yep. Chess Queen is playing versus Dijano. Okay. FIDE master from Poland. And we do see a normal chess position. It's something... Yeah, this reminds me of something like Slav defense, exchanged variation. Yeah, that would be a good one. That would be a good one. Both e2 and e7 pawns were not moved, so this can tell us that it might have been delivered after a closed opening. The material is equal, and Di Genoa is having a passed pawn. So I assume... Nothing to assume. There just have been a blunder. And now we get the exchange. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, let us bring this one higher so that we could hear it. Yep. And this one. Amazing. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's see who is next. Let's see who is next. Let's see one more game of Chess Queen from the early beginning. We can see both of the kings on the B file. Very nice. Where will be the castle? That is always my favorite question when playing Chess 960. Where will the castle go? We'll see that pretty soon. Sometimes you need to be careful to the pawns that are placed far away from you. Those like A7 and A2, because there might be some sacrifices here. And if you are not careful enough, you can get yourself in trouble very, very fast when playing Chess 960. But for now, the position is almost equal. We do not see anything in particular. Rooks are exchanging, so the castle will be only long, which means that the king will go to c8 and the rook to d8. And that is what black is doing. You have just seen white castling. I am chess lover 0108, and now I expect, yeah, that's the thing. Black cannot castle because the bishop was controlling the a7. And right now we have a pawn run. That's a pawn run. That's a nice run. You get an advantage here. And I invite all of you, once again, I invite all of you to go check Alexandra Kostyniuk, ex-world champion Alexandra Kostyniuk, aka Chess Queen, stream. And to encourage her so that she could get your energy and your support. Because she's streaming. She's streaming as well on the stream. Bishop a2. You know what? Watching all those players compete gives me a desire to play a game or two myself as well. That would be nice. That would be pretty nice. We might have a game or two. We'll see. f4, attacking the knight. Okay. The knight is definitely not feeling great there, and he's going to g8. He's coughing a little, but that's okay. That's okay. That's not anything dangerous. And now we protect it. They protect it, and we try. Okay, that's a pawn. That's a pawn to home. Yeah, that's a pawn that goes back home. Well, knight takes f5 would be a try. Knight takes f5, queen takes f5, knight takes f5, bishop takes d2, rook takes d2. That would be an exchange. So all is safe, and that's why Chess Queen doesn't exchange the pieces like this. No, she wants to outplay her opponent. She's a grandmaster, he's an international master, so she has all the right to be ambitious in this game, and that's why she has just gave her bishop away for the knights. Ouch, I do feel some pressure over here with these pawns coming. Seems like... Oh no! That was a blunder! Oh no! You should have played... Oh no! Chess Queen should have taken the bishop. She should have taken the bishop on a2 first. Okay, you're waiting for that. You want me to play. Right, I can see that. Well, if you are asking for that, then definitely why not? Definitely, why not? Okay. Let us give it a try. Let us give it a try. I will start next game. I'll start the next game. And I can see my fellow supporters in the chat. Oh, okay. Just realized it's chess 960. Okay, okay, okay. So we have our king here. Well, you know what? When you don't know what to do, just take the center. That's a good plan. Take the center. Knight attacked the pawn. We need to protect this pawn. F6 or... Let us protect with d6. Okay, let us protect it with d6. d4. Yes, that's a nice move. That's a very nice move, bringing all the pieces here immediately. Okay, let us take this one. And queen d4. Let us play knight b6. Let us be solid and protect our king as much as we can. And yeah, it is soon to be a normal opening. Yes, especially after castling here. How about we prepare that castle as well? Well, now I see definite threat. A definite threat is e5. How about yeah, we cannot. Well, okay. Let us do this ugly move. And long castle just after will follow. Okay, if he plays e5, then we'll probably take. Oh yeah, there will be queen d8. Queen takes and... Oh, that is dangerous. Queen takes d8. Queen takes, rook takes. Oh, that's fine. No? Yes? Surviving. I guess we're surviving. And if knight takes e5, then we just long castle. And look at that queen. Okay, I think it was this. Yeah, you just bring your king on your rook, and that makes long castle. So now he takes, we take, we pre-move all that, because we're down on time. We're down on some time. Oh, he attacks. We need to defend. Normal. Pretty normal, logical stuff. Now this knight is to be kicked away. Where will he go? Where will he go? We're playing versus FIDE Master Best Talk. Good. Knight to d3. Okay, now we'll develop all our pieces and the life will become beautiful again. No worries, we'll get that. The open file is for the rook, as they say in those books, which we do not read anymore because we see the videos on Chess.com YouTube page that I all invite you to check. Oh, I guess that knight b7 is not that dangerous because we'll have knight c4, but they will have the bishop. Yeah, they will have the bishop. Well, in this case, let us first attack the d2 bishop, and now we'll take. Good. We're taking it all, and we're taking the other knight. And we're safe here. We're safe. The number of the pawns is equal. He's trying to make something of his pieces, though. Okay. I guess it's just about moving. So let us move. Let us go on the run. You can't see the H file, really? Oh no. That's a pity. Okay. That's a pity. Yep. That is a pity. Okay, let me correct that. That has been a pity. Okay, I'll just do this. It's here. I guess it's just offer him a draw, but he won't accept. Yeah, very sorry for that one. We'll change that as after. We get... Okay, let us just resign in this game. And let's say no one saw. No one saw this. Okay. How about now? The H file is safe. What is more important? The more important is the H file. Okay, how about we see what our dear friend Hikaru is doing here? Let us see a game that Hikaru is playing. Okay. close the game. Yeah, the game has been closed. Okay, good. We are back here. We are back here. That was a trap. We got blundered. Okay, so there is the queen here, and the queen is in the opposite camp. That is a dangerous thing. Queen will go to a3, and Hikaru is playing versus Georg Meyer, grandmaster from Germany, very strong grandmaster from Germany. Actually, it's Georg Meyer who is playing versus Hikaru because Georg is with white. Yeah, king takes d6 should be a pre-move here in such positions. And we can see... Okay, let us count the number of the pawns. We have 5 pawns and they have 6. So Hikaru is an exchange up. He's an exchange up. We need to see Harry the H pawn, as Grandmaster Simon Williams, aka Ginger GM, says. Yeah, Simon has needs for all his pawns. Indeed, Harry. Yeah, that should be an easy win with those pawns so weak, like rook to g file and winning the g pawn, or even winning the bishop. Yep, it's a win. It's a win. Who is leading? Champ 2005. He's in the first position. Let us see his game. Let us see his game right now. Okay, the game has almost, has started not such a long time ago. Both knights are here, threatening something dangerous. But nothing in concrete for now. We should soon see the e-pawn moving because it might attack the queen. That would be a nice discovered check. No punching ball today, no. We are commentating a very special event. And we stick to the format. So, regarding the format, by the way, is it a niche? I also have this question. Every time I see this player, but here we go. No, this is not a niche. This is another player from India, another grandmaster. Yeah, that's it. Okay, queen. Nice, on b6. Now, what did I tell you about the e-pawn? Did I not tell you that she would go here on e4? Yes, I did. And not only it's a pawn, but it's also a central pawn. And any central pawn needs to be pushed as far as we can with all our hope and without any fears. Now the g2 pawn is attacked. Let us... Active defense is the best one, sure. Sure. d4. Okay, good. d4. d5. Amazing. Now let us take this pawn. Yes, we did take this pawn. That's nice. That's pretty nice. And we take with the bishop on d5. What is stopping us from taking this? Why didn't we take... Okay, there was queen a5. There was queen a5 double attack. Yes, that explains it all. But why did we give our rook away? Why did he give his rook away? Oh, nice! This is the trap. This is the typical trap of Chess 960. You never pay enough attention to the long moves. The moves from one diagonal to another, because you're not used to the pieces being played so weirdly. So those queen h4 are typical blunders. Indeed. Okay, he took, and now we took, and everything is fine. And we are equal to the pieces, but white is having 2 pawns more. White is up to 2 pawns, so it is supposed to be a win for white. But look at the opponent. Damascenos, he is only 21-47, and yet he's facing a grandmaster. That's a very interesting That's a very interesting occasion here. Very interesting. But this grandmaster is in the first place so far. Yeah, he's in the first place. Okay. Well, opposite colored bishops. Oh wow, rook. Yes, that is a trick. No, that's not. That's not. There is the rook. There is the rook that protects it all. It wasn't a trick. Oh no, white has just given away all its pawns. Oh, that is a pity. Well, I have to admit that Damascus is playing super strong here this game. He's playing super strong, yeah. He was lost, but he managed to make this game. Oh, what? He's flagging. He's oh no. Oh no. There was that pawn. We should have taken that pawn. We should have taken that pawn on f3. Okay. Whoa. Champ is playing versus GM Krieger. Okay. Yeah, it's a terrible play. I actually think that his opponent was playing super strong. Maybe this is the reason. Let us see who else is playing, whose game we haven't yet featured. Whose game we haven't yet featured. Tiger в шляпе. Garakamsky, Tiger в шляпе. Let us have a look if he is playing right now. Yes, he's playing. We did see him playing versus Hikaru, but we didn't yet see him winning. Maybe that would be a nice try for him. King e2, that's not a mate. That's just a check. A check is not enough, but it's always nice to check when you can. Bulldog is the opponent of Garakamsky. And here we go. Seems to be a pretty symmetrical position, but Black has a passed pawn. This passed pawn on h4 is supposed to go to queen. How about we bring it? Yes, we bring it. We put all the fuel that we can and we go to h3. Well, the only thing is that this endgame, this position is closed, I would say. At least the center is closed. And in such positions, knights are stronger than the bishops. So I would say that White, even being one pawn down, has enough arguments to equalize. The plan would be to bring the bishop to c7 in order to attack this pawn. Let us have a look how that could be, if that could be possible. For those of you who do not know who is the person in front of your eyes, let me remind you, I'm one Grandmaster Dina Belenkaya from Russia. I'm also a fellow streamer, and you can find out more about me by checking on the Moonbot timer or giving a very tiny little follow on my personal channel. Why not? I invite you all to follow me on Twitch and to step by on my channel where we are discussing many different interesting things and participate in different activities. That was a self-promotion time. Now let's get back to the position. As I told you, this knight is pretty strong here. Absolutely strong. This knight e3 is blocking the rook, and now we are saying bye-bye to our beloved pawn. It's no longer with us, and look at how white is outplaying black. Now white is already pawn up, 2 pawns up, no, yet 1 pawn up. This seems to be lost. This seems to be lost for black. Yeah, Grandmaster has been outplayed because his bishop was passive. Because his bishop was passive. His bishop was stupid. Yep. And he lost on time. Here we go. He lost on time. Okay. Oh wow. Blitzstream has just lost to Chess Queen. Pity we haven't featured that game. Okay. 2 very popular streamers have just faced each other. Both on stream. Let us have a look if we have someone we haven't yet met. Who would that be? Let us see what our Storm is doing. Oh, we saw already Storm competing. David Deal Valley is on the 3rd position. Let us see how David is playing. Queen takes h4. Thank you for the bishop. Now we have... Oh, we are 2 pieces up with David. We are 2 pieces up. Okay, good. So we should just bring them out into the game. Oh wow, King e3. The king is about to get in the center to attack, I guess. Yeah, he's about to attack. Interesting. That is interesting. Well, I assume that this won't last long. The journey will be quite short after bishop to f4 and bishop to g3. That will be an end, soon to be an end to this poor little white king suffering from invasion. At all invasion from his opponent. Now please bishop e3 and we shall see queen f2 checkmate. That should be an end. That should be an end to this story. No! Now he's starting to play strategical. Now he's starting to bring his knight. Wow. That deserves a very big respect. And here we go, a checkmate. David Del Valle has just won versus Sorry Alex. Amazing. Okay. We have Champ and we have Hikaru leading among the title players. Are there some of our favorite streamers competing? #chess. Let us see how they are doing. Let us see how the girls are doing. Follow. Let us see how they're doing. Yay! Who is playing today? Jessie or Rebecca? Let us have a look who is playing today. I invite all of you to go check their channel. Yes, Jessie is playing today and right now we're following her game. #chess Twitch with Jessie on this position is playing versus Viennas. Very particular name. A player rated 1200 from Germany. With black pieces, and now here we go. White is having a total domination with all the bishops cutting off that board into small pieces. f4, the pawns are helping. I can feel the smashing attack. I can feel it. We can feel it in the air. It's coming tonight. Is Jan Nepomniachtchi there? That's a good question. That's a good question. I didn't see him yet, so he might not be. He might not be yet. Okay, pawn takes, rook takes, and now we need the crushing move. We need the final blow. I've predicted 25k points that she will finish on top 20 250. I'm not sure I'll get my points back. Well, it's still good from your side to support your favorite streamer. It's a very nice one. And I remind you that the prizes are reserved for players streaming the event. Oh, that's a dirty one! Rook takes queen, otherwise we are in trouble. If king moves, yeah, if king moves, then would rook takes c1. Sometimes it happens that you want to trick your opponent and you blunder something that ridiculous in order to make him, like to distract him, and then hope that he won't see it, and then he doesn't see it. You eventually take this piece and you say thank you and you laugh at him, and this is all humiliating, as much humiliating as this queen g7 checkmate. Please do that. Congratulations, Jessie. Once again, very big shout out to #chess, who are streaming on their channel right now this event. Let us go on. Who is the next person on our waiting list? Hashtag chess Twitch. No, that is not the next person. Let us feature someone who is playing else. No. Gara. No. So many are online. Let us see how our dear friend Robert is doing. Let us watch his game. Nope. Okay. Let us have a look. It's here. Okay, GM is playing with white pieces versus FIDE Master WN Stop from Russia. And we are having a very particular position with this bishop on h8 completely blocked, and now pawn g5 trying to open up the position. And here we go, the bishop is activated once again. Okay. Yeah, the king's side is completely ruined, so we are expecting both players to castle queen side. That should soon be by a simple rook to d1. And I repeat once again, in this game, you'd better not castle first. You'd better wait for your opponent to do that in order to understand what are his plans and try to react. Okay, you see, both did what I told them. They both castle long and simultaneously. That's how it goes. You just wait for your opponent to do that at first. It's like a poisoned dish that you order in one of your most favorite restaurants. They just give you a food, a dish and a plate, and you don't want to taste that first. You want your rival to taste it for you, and then if all good, you order the same dish. And that is the same here. That is exactly the same here. You don't want to test that long castle first. You do not want, definitely not. And we can see those pawns here being super strong in the center. They are super strong in the center indeed. They're absolutely strong. These pawns. Indeed. Okay, bishop h2, trying to make it up for the bishop, because he wants to have a healthy life. And he doesn't want to get exchanged versus this knight. No, he definitely doesn't want that for him. Okay, now we have the pawn, we have the knight, and we have something like... Well, it's an interesting question. Should we take this d5 pawn or not? Maybe no, because there is this bishop and we don't want to activate him. Otherwise, he would cause us some severe headache if we do not have enough medicine for tonight. We don't have enough medicine for tonight. We'll try to find out something better. Something like... Yeah, well, we don't have any choice anymore because he took us on the first place. We cannot react on that one. But what we can do is we can get our queen back and say bye to our knight. Luckily, there is a discovered check. Yes, it's coming. And then there is a fork. And then there is a fork. Knight f6 and knight d7 is a double attack to the king and to the queen, because the king will go to b8. Why is he thinking for so long? He doesn't see that. He wants to crush in a different way. He's afraid of knight b4 and bishop attacking. No, okay, he goes for it. And knight d7 is the move. Right, rook takes, and now pawn takes, king b1, knight b4, and there is this bishop. There's the... Okay, bishop e6 should be saving, isn't it? Rook e8? Yeah, rook e8. Rook e8 would be a nice try. And this position seems to be pretty dangerous for both of the players, because both of their kings are weakened, and we have amazing ideas for both of them. He's thinking, black is thinking, because it's a critical moment. It's a very critical moment in this situation, and we need to be careful with this one. Let's say something like rook e8, pinning the bishop. Why not? The bishop would feel uncomfortable, definitely. But it wouldn't be a threat. It wouldn't be a threat. Did he calculate something? No. Oh no, your time. Come on. W and stop your time. What are you doing with your time? You know, GM has a whole minute up. And that is enough. That is enough to convert an advantage here. And that is what we are planning to see here. Pawn to f3, pawn to f2, pawn to f1. Queen, no, that will never happen. White will stop it. Somehow we will see. Yep, exactly, rook there. And let us play something like rook f7 once they threaten it. Rook f7. Okay, rook e7 now we have to do. Rook e7, now rook g8. No, it doesn't attack anything. Now please, rook f7. Well, it doesn't help us because the rook will go back to e8. That's right, the rook will go back to e8 and to d8. So no, that's not what we want. That's not what we want at all. Okay, bishop to f2 would be a reason for us to survive here. Yep. Yeah. And he resigned immediately. Okay. Now let us have a look on the standings. Who do we have? We have Storm with 65 points. Then David Del Valle with 59. And on the third position we have GM Champ 2005. I assume this is his birth year, but we never know. Why does chat is so silent? That is a good question. Everyone is relaxed because of the music. Because of the relaxing music. That's why. Is there somewhere online that has the full listing of the current standings, like in the lower right of the stream? These are the current standings that you can see. These are the current standings, and you can see here the first seven positions immediately. Yeah, exactly. You can see them here. Why are the pieces changed spots at the start? Well, that is a very nice question. Probably because today we are playing Fischer Random, and Fischer Random is a very special variant of chess. You can find out more about it by using the command chess 960 aka Fischer Chess. It's called Fischer Chess because it was established by Bobby Fischer. And some grandmasters say that this Fischer Chess might be a future for the whole game of chess, because many grandmasters are sick and tired of all those preparations. They're sick and tired of those preparations, those openings that you need to study up to 30 moves, and yet they still show some perpetual or so on and so forth. And at the same time, when you play Fischer Random, you don't need to know any opening because there are 960 different varieties of the combinations of the pieces that they could be. And for now, at least for now, no one has made any database or study on that. But I have to admit that many grandmasters have already thought about that and even started. Some of them even started studying the best openings for all those 960 varieties of chess. If you want to be a professional chess researcher, then you know what is a field to study. It is the 960 different starting positions of a chess set. Is chess 960 better or worse for beginners? Personally, I would say that I wouldn't recommend. Personally, I wouldn't recommend, because what you need to learn when you're a beginner is to understand mostly the strategy. Oh, that's a nice one. That's a nice one. Trick with the bishop coming here and pinning. Well, we have still rook b8, but there will be bishop a7. Yeah, so answering that question, you need to understand the strategy of the whole beginning of just normal play. And if you have all those pieces put from the very beginning that randomly, that's why it's called Fischer random, you do not have a chance to learn and to practice. Because, you know, in the end of the day, what all those players do when they play Fischer random is that they simply try to get themselves into the structure that they already know. And if you are a beginner, how many structures do you actually know? And how many structures do you actually master? You see? So first you need to practice in the normal structures, and once when you have that experience, that I would give you a go for Fischer random. But you know what? It's always good to try. At least a couple of games would be an interesting try, and all of you, our dear viewers, are invited to participate in this Arena Kings that happens every Monday at 5 Pacific time, 5 p.m. and every Friday at 12 p.m. Pacific time. And while we were talking about all those philosophical questions, we just had a crushing win from GM Champ 2005 versus GM Hess. That is a pity. Let us continue. Let us have a look at someone else. Who will we featuring today? Who haven't we yet featured? Who is in the first place? We still have Storm and David Del Valle. Okay, that is a nice one. Aman 7296 Twitch. Usually when people call themselves Twitch on Chess.com, it means that they are streaming. So it might be pretty much true that Aman is a streamer and he is now on live. And you can go and check out that and confirm us in the chat. Please do. In the meantime, we'll have a look at this King C8 long castle, soon to be. Soon to be. Okay, no. He's not castling? No. No, because there is knight f6. I'm saying nonsense. There's knight f6 that is absolutely crushing. And we had to take this knight away. Now pawn takes and we will go to c5. We are featuring the game of Aman 7296 Twitch 1410 versus Fanny La 9. Okay, good enough. Yes. Yes, that's it. That's exactly it. And white has just made a short castle. And we have king c8 trying to hold. Although there is this... No, it's okay. It's actually fine. It's not that dangerous because we'll have this saving. We'll have the... No, we won't. That will be a checkmate. I'm saying a total nonsense. That is a crushing move. Okay, bishop d7 is saving. But we have this b7 pawn. We have this b7 pawn. The b7 pawn is about to go away. What we will do with that pawn? What we will do? And then there is the bishop that will go away and everything will collapse. Oh my. And there is this bishop g5 and the rook to e1. And that seems like a hot dog is about to be ready. Do you like it with ketchup or mustard? This hot dog is about to get ready there with the bishop. But there will be... Okay, be careful. There is the queen. Where's the queen? Okay, good. Queen, yes. We're trying to make it up. We're trying to improve it. Be careful with that rook. f6 would be a nice prophylactical thinking, but also rook g8 because now it prevents the bishop from coming to g7, f6. Okay, here we go. Queen takes, queen e7. We have to, otherwise it's all over. And look at this stupid knight now. It's about to get activated, and this is the piece of the day because now he will go and crush everything that he sees because this knight is a monster, and after all, it's a piece up. It's a piece up for white. Good. Yep. So now white is a piece up, and that is supposed to be okay for us. That is supposed to be okay for us. That is supposed to be winning. Still winning, it's just a question of how we convert this one. And I just want to remind you that today your host is a woman grandmaster, Dina Belenkaya from Russia. Go check her Twitch page. She's also a fellow streamer, and you can find more about her on her socials. Okay. Trying to get some hope, and that's a good thing. You should never resign. One should never resign in chess, even though you're a piece down. Okay, we are good. We took that, and now we're trying to... No, wait, too late. King, no. Okay, white is so low on time. I assume this will be a flagging moment. No, why do you give all your pawns away? No, you should be flagging. No, that is a stupid technique. You shouldn't have done that. Oh no, that's a pity. That's a draw only. I would suggest, honestly, I would recommend to keep those pawns. Just to keep those pawns with us. Because, okay, it's true that it's a little dirty, but this is what 3+0 is all about. You just keep those pawns, you make the moves with your king, and you wait to see how your opponent will play, what he will do. He has only 3 seconds. We wait with the king, we try to do something, we try to escape, and now we hold it. We hold it as much as we can, and he has 3 seconds, and that wouldn't be enough. I assume, well, depends on the people, but that might not be enough. I mean, practically wise, that would be a nice chance to flag. Pity. Pity Black didn't use his chance. Some people say that it's polite to resign early. What do you think about it? It is definitely polite to resign early when you are playing a classical game or a rapid game, but not when you're playing Blitz, and especially not when you are playing 3+0. Well, it depends on what are your ambitions for any particular game. It is pretty relative. It is pretty relative. We still have 30 more minutes, 29 to be honest, 29 more minutes before our arena gets finished, and we have Hikaru and Champ on the first and second position. Here, oh, what a nice pin. Over there, the pawn is pinned and cannot take. And we just won a pawn. Amazing. Jesse has just won a pawn. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Yeah, definitely. When we ask when we speak about resigning, it's all relative, of course. Who is your opponent? And if your opponent is 1000 rating higher than you, then I guess it's appropriate to resign when you get a losing position, but not in the middle, not when you feel like, okay, I might be worse, but it's not that dramatical. No, you continue to fight, and when you're like a serious material down, that it might be a moment to resign. But again, it's all relative. It all depends on your moral skills, not skills, and your moral principles as well. Okay, Jesse attacks the f3 pawn, right? We shall give some hope to this bishop that is attacked. Rook c8, nice. Rook c8, I like it. Good, pretty nice. And queen goes back. Oh wait, wasn't that knight f3 check intermediate? Knight f3 with the idea, yeah, if king to e2 there would be knight g1 check. Yeah, that could have worked. Oh, you once played Hikaru and Bleeds. Amazing. Nice. That's very nice. Congratulations. Anid is now in the chat, and let me use this opportunity to give a very big shout out to Anid, who is running the page Woman World Chess. Supporting women chess all over the world. That is a very nice cause, and it's pretty important that women chess has such people to promote our segment of chess, because it's true that it's not equal nowadays, but it will become equal one day. Women will be able to beat men, and thanks to such people as Enid, who are doing huge work in order to make us professional women chess players seen. And by saying that, let us get back to Jessie, who is also a female chess player, and she's about to get her knight on f3. She's about to get her knight on f3. Amazing. And knight finally takes this rook. This is what we want. Knight takes this rook. Yes, rook takes, and here we are. Well, we still are down some material. We're rook to 2 pieces, but life goes on. We need to continue. Yep, the target is to beat. The target is to beat your opponent. That's the most important target. And for tonight, the target is to beat your opponent in Arena Kings and to have a chance to play versus very strong opponents. Let us have a look. Who is achieving? Everyone has its own goals when playing chess, but the most important thing is that you do it every day because you're passionate about it. So Jessie, where are we witnessing here? We're having only 90 seconds, and our opponent is putting so much pressure on us and checkmating us literally in 3. Queen f6 and queen g7 checkmate. Boom. The king will be dead. That's it. Yep. We have just foreseen the future with our special skills. Let us see a game of 2 grandmasters. GM Haas versus Fantarine. This one is an interesting one. These players are not on the leading positions. Number 79 standings and number 17. Or it's the other number. That's an interesting one. Maybe it's another number. Okay, a queen exchange. Right. Nice. Queen exchange. And now we have the e4 pawn would be a nice one, opening the bishop, but we might also take it in order to get rid of the double pawns. We might take this one to get rid of the double pawns, yes. e5 takes f4, I would say. How about that? And by the way, right now we are getting into the really fun part, because we are in the last 20 minutes of the show and it's a crunch time for prizes. I remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that we are fighting here for prizes. Our participants are fighting for prizes, and this is where it all starts. So now, getting back to this situation on the board, we can see those amazing passed pawns. Let them make their life. Oh wow, and that's a rook. Oh, that's a rook. And Maxim Chigaev has just resigned. Bravo, Robert, an amazing win. Now let us have a look how Chess Queen is doing. Chess Queen has just started her game versus Mr. Sergei Antonov, 1976. What is interesting about this edition here is that, unlike, did you just see how white castle? That was beautiful. Unlike the previous editions, we might witness more and more higher rated players playing versus a lower rated, having a very big gap. Like the last Friday, when I personally participated in Arena Kings, the gap between the opponents was about 100-200 rating. But right now we already see more than 600 rating difference. That means that Mr. Sergei Antonov is on the very high position because of his rating, and now he will face a very strong opponent, Chess Queen. Obviously, extremely strong opponent, ex-world champion Alexander Kostyuk, who is also streaming, by the way, right now on her channel, and invite all of you to join her show. Yep. So now we finally see nothing different that a dragon. We see the dragon for white. Can you imagine? This is a dragon. This is a dragon indeed. The only problem is that the pawn is not on e5 that it's soon to be, and it's a dragon reversed colors. So white, so to be, is playing as if he was black. Yep. That's it. And right now, Alexandra is trying to create some attack, exchanging the only defender of the faith, the one and only bishop on g7, aka dark squared bishop. He's about to get exchanged, what we can see now, and that might cause several problems for black. And as we see, black is nervous, he's playing h5. Once again, we see the active defense, but who knows, maybe it's a good one. Knight takes e5, and the position is still so to be around equal. The queen is on h3, by the way, is a little bit weird, probably because the h5 wasn't that weakening, that much of weakening after all. Yep. That's it. That's it. Okay. Knight to d4. Pawn takes, and now the knight will go away, and we will see a very nice strategical trick from Alexander Kostyuk, because the bishop is super stupid. What? Why? This wasn't something that we have expected. Yep. I've always loved chess, but haven't played so much. Just watched Queen's Gambit on Netflix, and it lit a spark in me. That's nice thing to hear. Actually, it's true that this new Netflix series, Queen's Gambit, we have seen a very, very tremendous boom in chess. So many people get into chess, and that's always a pleasure to see more and more people getting interested into chess thanks to this series. So regarding your question, any tips for a beginner would be appreciated. I have a very nice advice. Go check YouTube channel of Chess.com. Go check lessons section of the Chess.com website. You will find a lot of fascinating advice. Please go check that one. Hess versus Eric. Yay! We have to watch that. What did Chess Queen do in the previous game while we were speaking? Okay. Yes, Eric Hansen, aka... She won. Good. Yes, Queen f7. True, you're right. Queen f7 was a nice one. So now we see Eric Hansen, aka Chessbra, playing versus GM Haas, Robert Haas. That's a very interesting matchup. Two grandmasters, very, very popular streamers on Twitch. Both are streaming right now, and they have just faced each other in a game in this arena. Yep. Oh, I was expecting knight b4. Why knight e5? Both of them are streaming, and we invite you all to go check his channel. Oh, be careful with this e7, Robert. Be careful with this e7. Bishop takes e5, bishop takes e5 should be safe for you. And then we would like to see something more pure, something easier, something like, uh-oh, so many mistakes there. Whoa, what did you say? An active defense? Is that what it is about? Maybe. Yes, guys, go check out GM has on his channel as well as Chess.com streaming. Both gentlemen are streaming right now. And we can see Bishop e4 soon to be. Is that a threat? Bishop e4? Maybe not, because there is this g7. Yeah, that would be dangerous for us. That would be pretty much dangerous. It looks messy. It does look messy indeed. I absolutely agree with you. So many pieces are hanging and Robert is down to 1 minute. This isn't good, and he just heard us.
On a lancé des set business l'année dernière. Depuis août.
What is this?
Alors j'ai fait un truc qui s'appelle l'école du set business, et dedans on fait un week-end et on les accompagne pendant 3 à 6 mois. Alors là je peux te faire un retour en fait sur ce qui marche et ce qui marche pas. C'est que je pense que les personnes qui viennent dans ces week-ends-là, ce qu'il faut pas oublier.
Okay. We'll put this one. Now everything is safe with us. Good. We're back. We're back to normal. Okay, we just missed the game with all this. Just missed the game. No, we're back. We're here. We're good. So there is the queen and there is the knight. Oh, wow. Knight f3. Beautiful. This knight f3 is so nice. Why this is so... Yeah, it shouldn't be that strong. Sorry, this is very strong. Okay, now it's good. Now it's perfect. Yep, we still have... We're quality exchange. No, we're rook versus 2 pieces. Yep. We're rook versus 2 pieces. Okay. Good. Nice. Okay. That's it. That's okay. No, rook f7. Oh, no, we're piece down. Oh, no, we're piece down. Okay, that's a losing one. That is a losing one for GM has, and he has just lost his game. Unfortunately. Okay, who is our next? Good. Okay. Chess queen? No. Okay, now is the most important moment. Let us watch Hikaru. It's been such a long moment. We haven't seen Hikaru playing. Now, this is it. Let us have a look. Hikaru's game. It's here. We can see it. Can we? Where is Hikaru playing? He's not playing? Let us have a look at this game. Wait. Okay, they're playing... Yeah, they're playing between each other. Okay. Jospem is... was currently on the 3rd position. And right now, he has just moved to the 4th position. Okay, that can happen. That's okay. That can happen. Bishop b5, attacking the pawn. Okay, so we have right now among title players GM Hikaru on the 1st position. Who is not playing? Is he playing? He's not playing right now, no. Champ 2005 on the 2nd position, and on the 3rd place, right now we have Pedro Martinez, 91. And the fourth we have Jospem. And Jospem is a grandmaster from Peru who is right now playing versus Robert Hess. And we can see a certain destroyment. That's not the word, is it? No, that's not. Okay, how many pawns are we up? We're right now 1, 2. 2 pawns up. Black is 2 pawns up. Good to know. Robert is in trouble. Indeed. Robert is in trouble. Jospam is taking the advantage in this game. Robert is thinking. It's hard. Because if pawn takes, then we have queen takes. Yes, unfortunately for this knight, for this king, everything is kind of hanging here. Okay. So there is also this h4 pawn, which is pretty weak. The h4 pawn is also pretty weak. Knight took on d5, knight took on d5, and now pawn takes g3 is something that we are expecting. Pawn takes on g3. That's it. Knight to e3. Okay, knight to e3. Right, correct. Rook to e1. Yep, rook to e1. That's it. Well, it looks like a crushing attack for black because now we have the queen, the rook, and the knight. Everyone is putting the pressure on all those squares. We're attacking all that way through. We can even calculate how many attacks are here. Oh, this is a double attack, by the way. This is a fork, so to be on the rook and on the bishop at the same time. We also have a particular pressure, and Robert has just resigned. That makes Jospin jumping to the leading position. He is still on the 4th place. Let us see how Pedro Martinez is doing. What is happening into their game? This person in the 3rd place right now. This person is in the 3rd place right now. Raunak Sadvani is 2nd. Okay, that's an interesting one. Rook takes, queen takes, knight takes? Maybe. Yay. He's attacking. The queen is attacking. We exchanged that. All that seems to be equal. No, black is a pawn up. Now everything is equal, and I assume here the win will belong to the person who will play faster. We have Pedro Martinez rated 23, only 23.59. Can you imagine? FIDE master from Venezuela versus Artem Sadovsky, also rated 23.16. Well, this is a tie. This is a tie between these two players. It is the tie versus these two players. And right now we're having 2 passed pawns. Already 2 passed pawns that will be going there, advancing everywhere they want. All the squares in front of them are open. Just be careful with your queen. And that's what he is doing. Offering a queen exchange is a nice tool. Is a nice tool indeed in order to convert our advantage, 2 pawns advantage. Be careful with that. Discovered checks, yes. Now that everything is protected. Oh no, we just lost this pawn, but our queen is activated. And that smells like a fire. That smells like a very big disaster. We just need to bring our knight there. Ouch, 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 ouch. Okay, it will be all fine. Okay, this is a draw. This is a draw. This is a draw for Pedro Martinez, and he might be overpassed by 25-11 Twitch. Amazing, this person is streaming indeed. And we have last 7 minutes of the game. Let us see how Hikaru is doing. It's been a while. We haven't checked on him. He is playing versus V Pranav 28. Yep, 28-18. So happy to see so many fans of mine here in the chat. Thank you everyone for stepping by. Resin 8 answering your question. Yes, that is exactly that model that you were asking of. And right now we have this rook on f7 trying to escape from the attack, which is pretty normal. Now Hikaru is taking the lead of his outpost, and a very special outpost on e5, a typical example of perfect placement for your knight in the center, protected by your own pawn and stopping the opponent's isolated backward pawn. Yeah, that's it. Okay, queen, nice, and bishop, and both of them are heading up to h7, and knight g7 looks like a crushing attack. Knight g7, king f7, and I assume an opening up with f5 would be soon met by e5, and knight takes e5. Yes, that is a crushing idea. I would soon expect f5 here in this game. That would be a pretty good one. Once again, I want to remind you, our dear viewers, that we have only 5 minutes and 37 seconds left in our arena right now, and the games will soon be stopped. So it might be the last or soon to be the last game before they finished, and Hikaru has just won his game. Let us see how his closest rival is doing. His closest rival is only with Hikaru is with 96. Okay, Hikaru right now is with 100 points and he doesn't play. The champ 2005, Grandmaster champ 2005 is with 89 points, and we see on the third position Alexander Bordnik. I told you from the very beginning, Alexander Bordnik is a very professional, very famous flagger. And here, let us have a look on his game. Alexander Bordnik from Ukraine, streaming mostly on Russian. Do not hesitate to check his channel. Hikaru walked away. Oh, really? Like this, just like this. I guess it's a time for us to make sure his rivals do not get on his back. And g6 attacking the bishop. Poor bishop had to escape. Now look at this rook on a8. Poor rook is sitting in the bathroom waiting for the better moment for her. Yeah, thank you so much for giving a shout out to Alexander Bordnik. Do not hesitate to give a shout out to your wonderful host, woman grandmaster Dina Belenka as well. We have the last 3 minutes when you can still go and check the page of your wonderful host before it's too late. Do not forget to give her a little follow. And yet here we are back to the game. Short castle, exactly. And finally we see a very, very typical position, so to be, from the normal opening. And I assume d4 is a very nice take in the center move. En passant, our favorite expression nowadays is about to take place. Pawn takes, queen takes, that will be alright. He didn't take. Rook c1, bringing the rook to the open file. Now this rook e7 is so weird. Wow, I just realized that our last hero for the day, Alexander Bordnik, is facing the one and only Gada Kamsky from United States, Tigr of Shapie. Both of these players are streaming, and I assume they're streaming right now, so do not forget to give them a follow. Both of them are streaming right now, and both of them are competing here for the prizes. We see a certain advantage from the white side because this d5 pawn will soon fall apart. There is no way to defend it unless knight f6. And here we go. Knight f6 was played. Now, since again it's an endgame, it's a high time we brought our king back to the battlefield. Come on, that is the moment for the king to shine. Otherwise it will be too late. Bringing the bishop to a6 would sound pretty interesting to me. Yay, here we go. He heard us. He heard our voices. That means it wasn't for nothing. Now let us bring the king, please. Come on, this is the king that needs to be brought. Gada represents United States. He didn't change his federation, did he? Gada Kamsky is an American chess grandmaster. Yes, he didn't change his flag. We can go and check his FIDE profile. He is representing United States. Hoping that I could answer your question. Now we need to create the second weakness, and we are doing it. F3. Pawn takes, king takes. Now we are good. Now we're all good. And we have the very last minute of our arena. Our second arena for this month of February of this season 6 Arena Kings. And yet here we go, we start listening to those draw offers. Oh, it can also be the sound of the arena that is about to end. The arena that is about to end. But these players are men of principle. So they will not do any draw here. White will try to win. White will try to outplay his opponent. We just heard that sound of draw offer. Let us see how it will go. These are the most frustrating moments. I refused myself a draw offer when it was the last minute of the arena because I didn't want to accept a draw in the game where I was a pawn up. And that is the same what Gada is doing here. He's trying to outplay. You can hear that. He doesn't want to accept that draw offer and he wants to flag his opponent. Come on, 2 seconds. 2 seconds only. I think it's a moment. 7 seconds and 2 seconds. No pawn. Yes. No. That's it. Alexander Bortnik won. Gada Kamsky was offering the draw, and Alexander Bortnik was refusing that draw. And here we go. White won just a second, literally a second before the time ended and before all the games ended. So we do have the results of our amazing arena. We have the results, and the first place it goes to the man whose name is Hikaru Nakamura, who is streaming right now. I guess you all know that, but still my honor is to invite you to his channel, to go check his channel, just in case you don't know that he is streaming and that he's a streamer. Second place goes to Champ 2005, Grandmaster from India, very young Grandmaster from India, who does look a lot like Anish Giri, but I'm afraid this is not Anish. And yeah, the third place is for David Del Valle. The first place is for the player rated 1098. A big congratulations and a huge shout out to David, because David has just finished third after such big stars as Hikaru and Champ. On the fourth place we can see Storm 2709 from Greece. Also congratulations, place number 5. And also the third place to the title players is to Storm. And then we have Airman7294 Twitch. This Airman guy might be streaming himself because his name is a Twitch. That is a guess from my side. That is a guess because normally people who call their Chess.com usernames Twitch might be actually streaming themselves. Okay, and the 7th position, which might be a third streamer's place or a fourth streamer's place, goes to Alexander Bortnik. We can see such strong players as Jospen, Grandmaster Jospen on the 17th place. We just saw 2511 Twitch, who is definitely streaming right now on the 16th place. Congratulations to 2511. We do have such people as such players as Tigr v Shляпе, Garek Hamsky, who we just saw losing to Alexander Bortnik on the place number 24. Then we have Fandarin 25. And we have Big Fish. Fandarin is Maxim Chigaev. Once again, let me remind you. And then we have Big Fish. Vladimir Fedoseev, also very strong grandmaster from Russia, on the place 28. And yes, there have been on total 1,518 players competing tonight. That is amazing. That is an amazing result. And this was our Fischer Random Arena Kings, Fischer Random Edition. I hope that you could enjoy it. And some of you even participated. We can see Eric Hansen on the 62nd place and Chess Queen on 65th place. Also, such famous grandmasters as Evgeny Tomashevsky on the place 72 and Robert Haas on the place 86. Followed by young rising star and future hope for beating world champion Grandmaster Alireza Firuza on the place 94. I guess this will be a right person to finish announcing the names of the participants. After all, there have been 1,518, more than 1,500 participants in this Friday Arena Kings Fischer Random. We will not be able to pronounce all of the names, so let me remind you what is waiting for us in the upcoming days. Let me show you a schedule once again. Let me bring you the schedule of our streams once again. Let me see the schedule. Okay. This is it. So I remind you that Arena Kings Season 6 will last until April 2, the 2nd of April. And we are having the matches every Monday and every Friday. Monday on 5 p.m. Pacific and Friday, so to be a European friendly time, 12 p.m. PST. Alright, that was a woman grandmaster, Dina Belinkar, here today with you. I hope you had an amazing time. And I invite all of you to go check out my personal channel, my own channel, Dina Belinkaya on Twitch. Please feel free to step by. I'm streaming almost every day. That will be a pleasure to meet all of you there. Now let us prepare the raid. Let us prepare the raid. And by saying that, I say bye and see you soon, hopefully. Stay safe. Bye-bye.